There's growing interest around the country over the last 5 years to remove the emissions out of waste collection, and that's exhaust emissions but also noise emissions. We're trialling hydrogen fuel cell collection vehicles to meet the demands of zero emission waste collection.
These vehicles are designed here in Australia and were developed here in Australia, working with numerous waste collection companies, and you've got councils, municipalities that operate these. They're looking for zero emission for the country.
We've displayed the vehicle in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne initially, and then in Adelaide in South Australia, with really good response to it.
Australia really is the proving ground. Let's make it work here. Get confidence up here when it comes to either battery electric or hydrogen fuel cell. Seeing these trucks going around the city like we are here today in Byron Bay, the public's seeing that it's zero emission and it's a lot quieter, rather than just seeing a picture of a truck on a brochure and saying, look, this is what we can offer, but actually seeing it in real life, it makes a difference. Currently the range for something like this is between 150 and 200 kilometres, which suits a back-to-base business, going out, doing their work, coming back. But anyone wanting to do longer distance, that's a little bit different with no infrastructure in place for refuelling and or hydrogen production too.
It's been quite good, but it's got its challenges. There's no infrastructure around here, there's no hydrogen produced anywhere near here, so we have to truck it in and fuel the truck using fairly basic methods which limit the viability of those collections, but it's giving us some really good data.
When it comes to either battery electric or hydrogen fuel cell, we like to really class them both as zero emission together against the diesel trucks or diesel vehicles. That's the enemy. So I'd like to call it zero emission because at the end of the day, it's a hydrogen fuel cell battery electric truck, and it comes down to surety of supply of fuel. So in Australia, 90% of Australia's diesel gets imported. So we have something like 18 days worth of fuel in Australia. So if the ships stop coming to import the diesel, we don't have a fuel. And without trucks, Australia stops. So in all of our supermarkets, when you don't see your favourite broccoli sitting on the shelf and you say, hey, why haven't we got that? It's because the trucks aren't running. So we had that during COVID, but if we're making our own fuel here in Australia and becoming more self-sufficient, we're not going to have that problem. We do need to really focus on vehicles and also having our own surety of supply of fuel.
So just get the trucks out there and see what the operating parameters are, what the true costs of running the vehicles, and what the impacts are, so that when the infrastructure is available, we're in the best position to utilise it. We can understand exactly how to put a project together that can be successful.